The point is, taking this back would necessitate an equal and opposite reduction in household wealth, which would not only be politically unpopular, would also be economically destabilising and probably result in reduced tax revenues. In China, that wouldn't need to be extracted from households because most of this debt goes to build up government assets, so they can untie themselves from this debt with fewer restrictions, in theory at least. Another thing to consider is those low interest rates. A big debt at a low rate can have the same repayments as a smaller debt at a higher rate, putting the same net strain on government budgets, and as we've explored earlier, by luck or by design, the Chinese government is able to borrow at very, very low rates. But this is where breaking up that debt over so many different government entities actually hurts them. Sure, the central government can borrow at low rates, but provincial governments pay significantly more as they are riskier and don't have the same direct control over state banks. And then beyond that, state-owned enterprises often pay rates as high as 10%. The country has an immense amount of debt, all hidden away amongst various different levels of government, used to fund various government and semi-government organisations that may or may not be developing genuine long-term prosperity for the country. So far, they've been able to get away with it because rates are low and money has been easy to create because inflation has remained stubbornly stagnant, but that's come with its own problems, and it's also a narrow view of things. Inflation may be low, but only in the way that we typically measure it, which is the consumer price index, or basically a basket of household goods roughly indicative of average household spending. Yeah, sure, those items have had incredibly stable pricing because the country basically makes everything, and the average consumer is still very frugal. But inflation is basically like holding a balloon in your hand.